Hi, good evening, everyone. So today I am starting with the questions, CUET questions of producer theory. And if you will look into this marathons that we are doing, you will realize that yesterday I had posted one more marathon and one I think I had posted some week back. One was on consumer theory and one was on tax incidents. Okay? You need to ensure that you do those questions also. They are also important from the point of view of exam. Okay, let us start with the first question for the day today. So read the question. When an economist refers to long run, he is referring to. Yes, they were not live, correct. Okay, so he is referring to which period? Okay. Correct. ठीक है. So please try to understand that when we talk about long run or short run, long run या short run कभी भी time interval से नहीं होता है. It is never decided using the time space. We never go ahead and say that 1 year is long run or 5 year is short run. That will be incorrect. Long run and short run are always based on the input. Whether there are some variable inputs and some fixed input, या सारे के सारे इनपुट्स जो हैं वो फिक्स्ड हैं या सारे ही वेरिएबल हैं. सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट आई कैन चेंज एंड व्हाट आई कैन नॉट चेंज, we will have long run and short run. So it is not on the basis of period, it is based on whether inputs are variable or fixed. So you are right, the correct answer is D. तो यहां लिख लो कहीं पे, long run all input variable, short run two kind of input, variable and fixed. Okay, come to the next question. The real rate of interest is calculated by, try to solve this one. What is real rate of interest? Okay, good. So अगर हम एक approximate formula देखें, if we look into an approximate formula, real rate, and I will do the actual formula in macroeconomics, but अगर हम एक approximate formula की बात करें, so real rate of interest can be written as interest rate minus nominal interest rate minus inflation, right? So this can be an approximate formula for real interest rate. So the correct answer to this question is B. That is the correct answer. ठीक है, come to the next one. The rate of interest is flow variable, stock variable, ratio of flow variable to stock variable, ratio of stock variable to flow variable. तो there are two kind of variables जो हमें microeconomics में पढ़ने हैं. Variables can be of two types. जो हमारा पहला वेरिएबल होगा, that will be called as stock, and the other one can be called as flow. And we can link this to the concept of water flowing into a lake या river या flowing into a small bucket. ऐसा कुछ समझ सकते हो. तो ये देखो जरा ध्यान से, when we talk about a pond, जैसे यहाँ पर एक pond है, हाँ, and suppose यहाँ पे water is flowing into it, तो water इस pond में accumulate हो रहा है. It is getting accumulated in the pond. It is getting collected into the pond. So I can go ahead and tell that at any point of time, what is the water here? Is it 4 liter? कितना fill हो गया? 4 liter fill हो गया, 5 liter fill हो गया, and so on and so forth. बट दिस वाटर इज फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम सम रिवर, या कहीं एक जगह से इस पानी को आ रहा है, सो इट इज flowing from here and it is getting collected here. So this is an example which we give to compare stock versus flow, right? Similarly, when we talk about income, when we collect income over a period of time, suppose in your bank account, that becomes your wealth. So the flow of income, जो income flow कर रही है, the flow of income is going ahead and it is leading to the stock which is becoming wealth, जो wealth में convert हो रहा है. So same is the case here, beta. When we talk about interest rate is a flow variable. Why flow variable? Because we are talking that, for this period of time, this is how the interest rate is there, right? It is 6% per annum, or it is 7% per annum, and so on and so forth. So interest rate is a flow variable. Yes, you're right. So savings, मतलब you're accumulating your wealth. एक तरीके से इकट्ठा कर रहे हो ना. So it has been accumulated. So once it becomes a wealth, then it becomes the stock concept, right? So anyone, okay, let's answer this. So anyone, what is savings? Flow or stock? Exactly. So savings, so usually what happens is that savings is considered to be a flow variable, right? But savings when accumulated, जो हमारा saving of period 1 हुआ, it got accumulated, saving of period 2, saving of period 3, तो जब ये accumulate हो गया and it converted itself into wealth. Wealth is your saving over the period of time, right? So saving is basically flowing to become an accumulated wealth, right? So usually if you will see, books will write saving to be a flow variable, getting converted into wealth, which will become a stock variable, right? Okay. What about money? Money is a flow variable या stock variable? Money क्या है? Okay, stock flow, stock flow. Can you think of the reason? Money is a stock concept. ठीक है, बिकॉज मनी सप्लाई इट इज लाइक एक्यूमुलेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट, जहां पे हम कह रहे हैं कि मनी इज कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ द, सो मनी कैसे बन रहा है, इट्स एन एग्रीगेट, है ना. मनी सप्लाई कंसिस्ट ऑफ करेंसी, रिजर्व्स, सो इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ मेनी थिंग्स. एक साथ मिला के इतने सारे अलग अलग चीजों को व्हेन वी आर कंबाइनिंग इट, देन इट इज कन्वर्टिंग इनटू the money supply. Money supply mein you have currency in hand, you have deposits, you have the reserves, so you are accumulating many things to make it into money. So money is a stock concept. ठीक है, money is a stock concept. ठीक है, what about bank account balance? Is it stock or flow? Good, it's a stock concept. What about salary? Is it stock or flow? Salary. Good. Salary is flowing into your bank account, getting accumulated. So salary is a flow concept. So I hope that you are now clear with this. Acha, what about capital? Stock or flow? Stock concept. But what about investment? Flow concept. Investment accumulated over time becomes capital. जब इन्वेस्टमेंट चेंज होती है तभी तो वो आगे कैपिटल में कन्वर्ट होती है. व्हेन आई add more investment, it becomes my capital. So capital is a stock concept. It is measured over a point of time. Investment is a flow concept, right? So yes, all of you are correct. So that's the answer to this question. Take it. Next, let's come to the next question. Try to do this one. I think this is an international economics question. I don't know how it got merged, but nevertheless, let's try to do this one. Just try this one once. So it is saying, assume that there is country A, which is labor abundant, and country B, which is land abundant. Wages are the return to labor and rent is the return to capital. According to factor price equalization theorem, once country A begins specializing according to comparative advantage and trading with B, what should happen? ठीक है, I'm not sure अगर आपने अभी international, if you have started going through the international video lectures or not, but I will just try to explain this thing. So see that A is labor abundant. ठीक है. Now when they will start trading, एक बारी trade होना शुरू हो जाएगा. So whatever product A is producing, whatever product A is producing, both country A and B will buy that product from A. Just for example, let's say there is good X. Good X is labor intensive product. Good X को बनाने में labor ज़्यादा लगता है. And there is good Y. Good Y is capital intensive product. इसमें capital ज़्यादा लगता है. Now let's say that good, because country A is labor abundant, country A is producing good X. But before trade, जब तक trade open नहीं हुआ था, before trade, country A was producing good X only for itself, सिर्फ अपने लिए बना रही थी अभी तक. Similarly, country B जो है वो good Y बना तो रही थी, but it was producing good Y only for itself because there was no trade. Now, once trade opens up, so country B will also buy good X from country A. क्योंकि country A labor intensive है, वो इस good को सस्ते में बना सकते हैं, it can produce it cheaper. So good X by country A will be produced both for country A and B. वो अपने लिए भी बनाएगी और दूसरी country के लिए भी बनाएगी. Similarly, good Y will be purchased by country A also. Country A इससे खरीदेगी good Y. So demand of good Y will increase in country B and demand for good X will increase in country A. Now, when the demand for good X will increase in country A, to fulfill this demand, country A will require more labor. वो सारा labor को employ करेगी. So it will increase the demand of labor. और जब वो ज्यादा labor use करेगी, when the demand of labor will increase, so if I look through the labor market, suppose this is demand of labor and supply of labor, so more demand of labor would mean higher wages to the labor. And country A will no more produce good Y. वो good Y सीधा import करेगी. So who will produce good Y? Country B will produce good Y for both the countries. And good Y is land intensive, capital intensive. So in country B, demand of land will increase. Right? So again, if I make a demand and supply curve of land, demand of land is increasing. So the rental will increase. Okay, so this is how we can go ahead and we can say this thing that in country A, क्योंकि वो labor intensive है, and after trade it will produce more. अपने लिए भी produce कर रहा है and it is going to produce for the other country also. So what will happen? There will be increase in the demand of the product. और जब product का demand बढ़ेगा, it will go ahead and lead to increase in the wages and decrease in the rental rate. So correct answer will be answer C. Okay, let's go to the next question now. So do the next question. Question number 5. Just try this. No, we don't assume the movement of the factors beta. We are not saying labor from B will come to A. No. We are simply saying that demand for labor will increase in country A. We are not saying that there will be movement of labor from B to A. वो नहीं बोल रहे हैं. Okay, so let's see this. So this is saying that your output is given by x to the power 1 by 3 into y. It is saying the production function exhibits. तो बहुत simple है. We just have to add the powers. तो sum of power क्या हो जाएगा? 1 by 3 plus 1. That means 4 by 3 greater than 1. Therefore, increasing returns to scale. So the correct answer to this question will be increasing returns to scale. Simple. Okay. Answer 3. 3 का answer is A. Okay. So yes, all of you are right that the correct answer will be increasing returns to scale. Do the next question. I don't know how I have missed and added some macro questions by mistake. Try to do the next question once if you can. Utensils worth 1500 are produced with steel costing 750 and material costing 150. Labor cost of producing utensil is 150. Depreciation is 0. Value added in producing these utensils is. So what do you think? Okay, A. Okay. ठीक है. तो we are yet to start with the revision of macroeconomics. अभी नहीं किया है हमने. But value added is the value of final good minus the value of intermediate good. Value of final good minus the value of the intermediate good. ठीक है. तो अब देखो क्या हुआ. What has happened? So if I talk about the utensil, the final utensil that I have, उसका value 1500 है. ठीक है. Utensil worth 1500 is produced. इस utensil को produce करने के लिए I am going ahead and I am using steel worth 750. So I purchased steel raw material worth 750. and other material worth 150. So there are some other material worth 150. लेबर कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोड्यूसिंग दीज यूटेंसिल इज 150. तो ये जो लेबर कॉस्ट है यूटेंसिल को प्रोड्यूस करने का, ये लेबर कॉस्ट भी एक्चुअली रॉ मटेरियल में ही कंसिडर होना चाहिए. इट शुड आल्सो बी कंसिडर्ड एज पार्ट ऑफ द रॉ मटेरियल, राइट? सो it is also one of the value of the intermediate goods. Okay, it's also one of the raw material. But usually what we go ahead and what we assume is that this 1500, जब हमने utensil को 1500 में sell किया, this 1500 is inclusive of the cost. मैं assume करके चली कि ठीक है, इसका cost इतना इतना इतना, and then I just go ahead and I understand how much is the value I added to the product, how much is the enhancement I did to the product. So if we look from the point of view of a layman, अगर हम ऐसे generally देखेंगे तो हमें ये लगेगा कि okay, I am selling a good for 1500. This is the selling price, and my cost has three components to it: 750 का steel, 150 other material, and then there is another cost that I have, which is going to be the cost of labor, right? Wages that I have paid, और वो wages हो गया 150. So from my perspective, if I were to go ahead and find the profit, that how much profit I have made on the utensil, उसके लिए all of you are correct that profit will be 1500 minus 750 minus 150 minus 150. So it is going to be 1500 minus 450. So the profit that I am making on the utensil is 450. ये एकदम correct है. There is no issue in this. You, all of you are right if you are saying 450 for the profit made on the utensil. Now, let us try to think this from the perspective of macroeconomics. जब हम इसको macroeconomics के perspective से देखते हैं या value added जब लिखा जाता है, तो usually we don't consider the cost of the labor. In the value added technique, जब हम value added technique से करते हैं, so we just try to go ahead and see how much value we added. So it's like this. For example, if I purchased a milk, if I purchased milk worth 400, and suppose I am converting this milk into ice cream, right? And suppose this ice cream is costing me 800. I have converted this into ice cream, which is costing me 800. So the value that I have added in the process is 400. In adding this value, of course, मैंने कुछ raw material लगाया होगा, कुछ labor लगाया होगा, कुछ electricity लगाया होगा, but we will not consider that. वो cost of production हम consider नहीं करते हैं. हम बस ये देखते हैं कि ये जो हमने raw material लिया था, whatever raw material we had taken, जिसको we are converting it into final product, what is the value I have added in between? Of course, in this 400, because I am selling this for 800 now. Definitely in this process of converting it from milk to ice cream, I would have employed some labor. मैंने कुछ labor लगाया होगा. I would have employed some electricity. I agree to that. Huh? So if I were to go ahead and find the profit, yes, definitely it makes sense कि मैं यहाँ पर cost of labor भी लूँ. But when we talk of value addition, I am going from one product, one final product to the next final product. So one final product to the next final product, unka jo gap hoga, that is considered to be the value that I have added. I hope this is clear to you. So why I am not going ahead and talking about labor in the value added? क्योंकि जब हमने इसका final value बनाया, of course, the value I have set includes that, you know, I've employed some labor, some electricity, etc. But value added literally goes ahead and tells me that when I convert one good into another, like milk into ice cream, like cloth into maybe some beautiful kurta, तो व्हाट इज द फाइनल वैल्यू ऑफ कुर्ता माइनस द वैल्यू ऑफ क्लोथ, दैट गिव्स मी द वैल्यू एडेड। ठीक है, तो वैल्यू एडेड उसके हिसाब से हमारा सिर्फ ये गैप होगा, विच इज गोइंग टू बी ओनली 1500 minus 900, which will be 600. I hope this is clear to you. ठीक है बेटा, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करो। डू क्वेश्चन नंबर 7 नाउ।